Hello and welcome to this special version of the AberTV News. On today's show we are going to bring you the effects of the cuts made to higher education that were brought into place in 2011. Aberystwyth University has seen the management team make cuts to the four essential areas that matter to the students. These are to their education, to their activities, to their accommodation and to their volunteering, ultimately resulting in no student experience in Aberystwyth whatsoever. The university used to rank 6th in the UK for student satisfaction. However, now, 3 years on, barely anyone wants to attend the university, and this is due to the cuts that were made back in 2011. We will now join our education correspondent, James, to find out how the cuts have affected education.
One thing that Welsh students thought when they heard about the cuts to Aberystwyth University was that it wouldn't affect them. Well, here's a direct effect on their education. I'm going to see how lectures are being taken outdoors due to the university being unable to afford the lecture theatres.
Minus the change in the function. So if we're looking to integrate x sin x, then what we will have is that we will...
So we've seen cuts to education, and we've seen you having your lecture outdoors here. How do you feel about that?
Well, it was hard taking on board, you know. It's hard to hear outside. The seagulls don't make it easier. And they want to make it more interactive, but how can you do that without a computer?
And, well, he doesn't seem happy with people wandering in and out of his lessons. Do you think anything else is disrupting your education while he's sitting outdoors?
Well, at first it was funny, people walking in and out, but now it's just bloody annoying.
Come on, pal. On your way. Come on, let's go.
Well, you can really see how the education system is being jeopardised. I've just been able to walk into a lecture and cause havoc. And
come on, fella, I've had enough of you.
This is James Harrison from AberTV, signing off.
Thank you, James. The university prides itself on guaranteeing accommodation for all its first year students, and it still offers that promise. But things can change. Over to Tom, our housing correspondent, to find out more about these changes.
Thank you, Octavia. This is a perfect example of what Aberystwyth University offers its first-year students in terms of accommodation. It's also what the students are expecting, but we have reason to believe otherwise. Are you looking forward to starting your university career here at Aberystwyth?
Yeah, it should be good.
And what are your expectations of the accommodation here?
Well, I've been told I'm in Rossa, so I'm expecting en suite.
You alright, mate? Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Rossa K18.
Oh yeah, mate, it's just up here. I'll take you up now.
Thank you.
So, I take it you're going to have quite a big kitchen. How many of you are sharing a flat?
There's 8 to a flat, I think. It'll be interesting to meet my new housemates.
Here it is, mate.
Here we have the accommodation that Aberystwyth University has been forced to provide following the cuts. How are they going to keep up their student satisfaction with conditions like this? How are you finding the room?
It's nibbling.
I'm going to hand you straight to George, who's a volunteer at Aberystwyth, to see how the volunteer students have been affected by the cuts.
We're here today to join George on his trip to the airport as he begins his volunteering experience in Africa. He's going to join Oxfam and help build a school for children in a small village. So what experiences do you want to get from this trip?
Well, I've always enjoyed helping other people, so I want them to get the same education as we get here.
Have you worked on any other volunteering projects?
Yeah, I worked on the Aberystwyth beach cleaning scheme, which was always a good little initiative within the local community.
Right, we're here.
What? This is not the airport.
That's what I told to bring you. Now you may get out with another job.
Due to the cuts, volunteers such as George are unable to volunteer at an international level. Even projects in Aberystwyth, such as the beach cleaning scheme, can't go ahead. Back to Octavia in the studio.
The last major effect of the cuts made by Aberystwyth University is to the activities, so we'll join our sports correspondent who is on location with a swimming team.
I'm here today on Aberystwyth Beach with Aberystwyth University Swimming Club. Because of the cuts made in 2011 by the University of Aberystwyth, they've been left with no choice but to train here on Aberystwyth Beach. They have lost all their facilities in the sports centre, and now they even change in the cars that are parked on the seafront. As you can see, it's difficult to work out where 50 metres are and how to judge the tide and the waves. This is really difficult for the team, and they've seen depleted numbers as a result. As you can see, there are only 4 members here today, which back in 2011 there was in the region of 10 to 15 members.
That was a roundup of how the cuts introduced by the university's senior management team in 2011 have affected students in 2013. Well, what's going on? Why can't anybody see me? We haven't done the weather yet, and more importantly, I haven't mentioned the protest that took place on the 22nd of February 2011. That was the important bit, the 22nd of February 2011 at the Union.
Yeah, the lack of funding means we aren't able to charge the cameras, and we can't plug them in because there's no power.
You mean to say that the funding is cutting the frontline services?